There's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza. There's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza, a hole. Then mend it, dear Henry, she said. I wonder how. How did he mend the bucket? Can you remember, Paul?
Did he stick something in it?
I don't know. Can you remember?
Did he put a tool in it?
I don't know. He might have done. Could have done anything, couldn't he?
It wasn't that one with the little dyke, was it?
No, with the fingering.
No.
I think that was another story. Traffic. Welcome. Welcome to a Wily Wednesday holiday special with Richard and...
Paul.
Yes, we thought we'd do a sort of jamboree
Well, you
today. Yes, I did. And I think I was right, as usual. I think you'll find... No, we thought we'd do a jamboree holiday special with a few little tips and tints and hints and trips. Trips and ticks.
They all trip off the tongue.
Tints and plips. Blips and nips.
So?
Hints and tricks. And we thought we'd put our heads together and remember all of those little things that we sort of do on a weekly, monthly, yearly basis that just save a little time and money and energy and thought.
All of them.
We're doing the thinking for you, so you don't have to. So, no, it's just a collection of mini tips.
Mini tips.
Mini tips. Not mini
Mini
dips.
tips.
Mini trips. Tips.
We could have had some dips. We could
could.
have done some dips.
Dips and crisps.
Dips and crisps with mini tips. That would have been lovely.
Mini tips.
Yeah.
With dips and crisps.
Yeah. Yeah.
With blimps and chimps. Chip and pin.
I've got something in the oven.
Yes, and it's not a bun.
No. Could be a large bun.
Well, it would be in your case. So, Wily Wednesday. Wily Wednesday, for those people who don't know, is our weekly episode where we share with you our hints and...
Tips.
Why can't I say hints and tips?
Because you want to say...
Hints and tricks. Tricks and tips. Tits and dips.
Tints.
No, I don't want to say that. No. I've forgotten what I was saying now.
What's your first hint and tip?
Wily Wednesday is our weekly episode, blah, 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 where we share with you hints and tricks and tips
Done that.
about things that we do around the house
Or the allotment.
to help.
Or life in general.
Yes, it is a help, I find. And it's a little sticky this morning, talking about hints and trips and ticks. It's sticky, isn't it? Don't you find? A little bit sticky. It's cool, but sticky.
I've got a bun in the oven.
I won't let that spoil my dewy complexion, though.
I think the first tip is when your partner says to you, I'll just be 5 minutes, what you do need to do is add a good 3 hours to that.
Oh, don't be ridiculous, Paul.
What time were we doing this? 9 o'clock.
No, not
What
9
time
o'clock.
is it now?
Well,
12:30.
I know, but one had to wash and do one's hair.
One had to.
One had to.
One didn't.
Well, one didn't want to look like a tramp.
One looks natural and tramp-like.
Like a tramp.
And the other one looks like
Yes.
a Hollywood superstar.
Well, with 14.2 million subscribers in New Zealand, one has to try one's best. Don't you find?
List.
So, the first of our little things,
Tips and tricks.
and it's actually
hints.
something that annoys me a little bit, the first two. They're little, not everything, Paul. Cameras, smartphones, pictures. Please ensure, before taking a photograph, that you clean the lens. Clean the lens. Clean it with a t-shirt, a little cloth, but clean it because your pictures sometimes look like smeared finger grease. So that's my first tip.
You can't clean it with jam then?
Not with jam
Or honey?
No.
Butter?
That would not work, would
Right.
it?
Have you cleaned the lens before you set this
I
going?
always clean my lenses.
Did you go,
No! Goodness me, I didn't. Not
Like
on my
that?
expensive camera.
are you talking about camera
I'm
lenses?
talking about cameras on your phone.
Ah.
Before taking a photo, always remember to give your lens a little wipe with something dry, preferably finger grease free.
Like a nice dry leaf.
Not a leaf, a lint-free cloth.
Oh right, so not just something dry.
Yes, because it's coming up to summer and people are taking photographs on the beach. I know it doesn't look like it, but it is a little sticky today. And yes, that's my first hint. It's not a trick or a tip really. It's a tip, isn't it? It's a tip.
It's
Yes.
something, so
I think you should remember to do it. Just remember. And the second one also involves the camera on your phone. When on the beach and taking photographs of your lovely holiday, make sure the horizon in the distance is straight. It's a horizon.
flat.
It's meant to be straight. That's why it's called horizontal. The sea like that, no, doesn't work on a photograph. Keep it straight. I want to see straight pictures
Unless the sea's going downhill.
and pouring out and it's the apocalypse. That's acceptable.
Which, let's face it, if some of our politicians in the UK get in, it will be.
Well, it will be.
So-
But we've been waiting for apocalyptic thunder and lightning, which they've been threatening for 2 days.
Not come.
And we've not had any. I want the apocalypse now. Anyway, my third tip. I don't know why I have a problem with that word. I don't.
What is it?
What, tips? Oh, the tip. DIY. Now we're moving on to DIY now. That's do it yourself for the people that don't realise what it means.
Do you do it yourself?
I do always do it myself. I never employ a little man.
No.
No. Because you can save money. Money, time, effort.
Yeah.
I think so. Now this is involving using soap for a screw. I don't know about you, but sometimes I find it difficult to get it in. And I find a little bit of soap on the screw just helps it slide in really, really easily. Just rub a little bit on the thread.
You've got to give it a little jiggle and turn,
Especially with wood
don't you? Yeah.
as well. So that's my third little tip. Soap on a screw when you're driving it into the wood.
Soap on a rope can be very useful in the bath too.
Soap on a rope is very 70s, Paul. I don't think anybody uses soap on a rope anymore. If
I
you do,
think-
leave a comment below.
It's time for a comeback.
Really?
Yeah.
Good.
Soap on your screw, soap on a rope, and soap on your drawers as well.
Soap on your drawers, sticky drawers. Also candles. Candles on sticky drawers can help them slide more easily. That was one of your tips and trips. Ticks.
Tips. It was one of my ticks, trips, and taunts. But if you do not have these lovely glide in, glide out drawers,
Which are a complete waste of money and resources.
when we had our kitchen done,
They said you want sliding doors.
I wanted it clunk clunk.
Clunk click.
So we have old-fashioned clunk clunk
Clunky chunky.
on our cupboards,
Yes.
and our drawers are
Are
old-fashioned wood on wood
proper
drawers.
made, proper ones with proper doodahs on them.
Tenon joints
And doodahs.
and things.
Handles.
Handles, yes, they got handles. So occasionally they get a little stiff. So your wood in your drawers can get a little stiff. So what you need to do is take your wood out of your drawers, Take your drawers out of your
I think they get the
bits,
picture.
rub
A candle
soap or candle on, and then slide them back in. And you'll find it just...
They slide like a slider.
Your wood will be sliding again without any problem.
You'll find it great. Believe us, it's true. The other one, now this is a good one.
Weren't the others?
They're all good.
Oh, right. Another good one.
Another good one. Scissors. Those horrible cheap IKEA scissors. I think people know what they are, Paul.
That was the sort of infographic.
Cheap scissors from IKEA.
Which we have plenty of.
Everybody buys them, but within a while they become blunt. You can sharpen them in a jiffy.
How do you do that?
While you use foil, Paul.
Isn't that
So
astonishing?
you might have a bit of foil that you're going to recycle, maybe. Fold it up into a sort of, wedge.
How many
wedge?
times? 4 times.
4 times.
Fold a piece of foil.
A few
4
times. 4 times. And then cut the foil with the scissors and it will sharpen them. It will.
It puts a keen edge back on the blade.
Does. Amazing. Try it now. And any of those leftover bits of foil can be used as a bird scarer on a pole down at the plot.
They can be. Or pop them in the recycling.
Or pop them in the recycling, or scrunch them up into a ball for a very inexpensive cat toy.
No, you don't want that in a cat toy. You can actually, if you scrunch it up into a ball, you can actually use it as a little scourer in metal sieves.
Yes, you can. Or you can polish it for an attractive ornament.
Set of earrings, maybe.
Earrings, Christmas decorations.
Nice little bauble on the neck chain.
Bauble on the neck chain, yeah. It's getting dark, actually. Do you think that thunder's going to arrive, Paul?
I think that's just life.
What, life has got dark?
Oh, it's got dark.
Oh, Paul, don't be so pessimistic now. Now, the other thing, balls, again, on the theme of balls. This is a good one that I do, and I'm surprised I've not shared it with you yet. Cotton wool balls. Now, if you take a cotton wool ball, drop a good few drops of your favourite essential oil onto the cotton wool ball, and then hoover it up, vacuum it up with the vacuum cleaner, it will freshen your vacuum bag.
From the inside out?
From the inside out. So every time you turn that vacuum cleaner on, you're going to get a waft of beautiful fresh air. Have you been to mime school or something recently, Paul?
I might go to clown school.
You don't need to. Now, Paul, you did something the other day, didn't you?
Did I?
You did. With that plastic bottle. You needed some plant labels,
yes.
didn't you? What did you do? I think you told people, didn't you? We're going to remind you.
I'm not sure I did I? I transformed a milk bottle, a plastic milk bottle, into labels for the plants that went to the Hanwell Carnival to raise money for our allotment association. So I cut them into strips. I used marker, what do you call it, permanent marker, to mark the names of the plants, and I popped those on. Hopefully everyone will recycle those.
Yes.
Or reuse them.
Recycle, reuse.
So if you did buy plants at the Hanwell Carnival and they did have plastic name tags from a milk bottle, do put them in your recycling.
And you used it because the bottle was actually a little bit broken. So
Yeah.
that's why you used it, rather than just chuck the whole thing in the recycle
Which of course
box,
you
which you
could
could have done. You reused it.
have done. I did.
I do hope they do get reused.
I got 58 labels out of
Did you
one
use the whole
large bottle.
Or did you have to recycle part of it?
I recycled the top bit as a funnel.
To pour things into another receptacle.
Yes.
There's another tip. You see, it's bonus tips all round today. I said it then. I said the word. So, the other thing we wanted to say, I don't know about you, Oh, my shoulder clicked.
It did,
you
went.
hear? I don't know about you, but I'm finding the weather apps at the moment a little inaccurate. What was your tip about finding out what the weather's doing rather than looking on your phone, Paul?
Very technical.
It's very technical.
Go to
Advanced.
your window or door and look out. And if you see wetness coming from
Or
the
cloud,
skies,
or cloud.
you know
Dark
it's raining.
cloud. Might rain.
If you see dark cloud, it might rain. If you see sunshine, which is very unusual at the moment, it's likely
To be
sunshine.
warm and sunny.
Yeah. So don't just go by the apps, which have been very inaccurate of late.
Very inaccurate. I'm very annoyed.
Across the whole of the UK, it's been wet. But specifically where it says it's going to be wet, like London, no,
No.
not in the last 48 hours.
But we've told them that it's going very dark out there.
It is.
I do
Is
hope
it going
the-
to rain?
Well, I'm hoping for the apocalyptic thunderstorms.
I did notice on BBC Weather this morning, when it was raining, it did say on BBC Weather there was a 6% chance of rain, even though it was actually raining outside at that time.
Yes.
So I would have considered that 100% chance of rain, because it was actually raining.
Lovely. And then the final trimp and tick. You wanted to talk about Allium leaf miner, didn't
Oh.
you? What is it? What thing are you going to share?
Allium leaf miner
Yes.
came to the UK in about 2002, I
Did
think.
it?
And it was just in the Midlands, and it is spreading throughout the country considerably. Really, the only thing you can do is put enviromesh down to make sure that your alliums, your garlic, your onions, your leeks, that type of thing, shallots, don't actually get landed on by the fly when it flies, which I think is March to April and
What do
sort
they
of
look like?
October to November. They look like little flies that go, "Hello, we're the Allium leaf miner." So, what I'm going to do this year, because we do have some leaf miner on some of our shallots that we took up a week ago, I'm going to crush some garlic in water in September, October, November, and I'm going to leave that on the surface where we've actually had alliums this year, to encourage, when the allium leaf miner hatches, to encourage it to stay in that spot where it won't actually have any food, but it will be able to smell that there's alliums there, and hopefully that will reduce the amount of allium leaf miner that will fly off and lay eggs elsewhere, because they'll want to stay on that soil because it smells of
And where did you get
garlic.
that information from?
I got it
What did you?
from... I read that actually they do the weather, heat, temperature, day length affects them, but so does the smell. So
Right.
what I'm
So
going
they're
to do
attracted
is
by the
do
smell.
that. They're attracted
So you're
by the
hoping
smell.
to contain them.
Contain them in the soil.
But will they not just live there?
Well, no, because there won't be any food for them to eat when they come out as pupa.
Right, so you'll hopefully stop the life cycle.
Stop the life cycle over a couple of years.
Oh, well, that's very interesting, Paul.
Rotation as well will obviously help.
Well, that's lovely. So that's it.
So we're going to be doing a trial on that. And that's it.
That's it for our chimps and blimps for this week on Wily Wednesday, our summertime special with an extra chat, bonus, lovely things. For you. For you.
For you.
It's all for you.
It's the people in the camera.
The people in YouTube camera land.
We watched Vera the other day.
Did we, love?
We did.
We did.
Have you murdered
Have
someone?
you murdered
pet?
somebody, love? Because if you have, we'll find out, you know, love. Yeah. So there we are. Thank you. Thank you so bloody much.
You just swore then.
I don't bloody care.
You just swore.
Bloody, bloody, bloody. It's only bloody. bloody. It's not a swear word, it's not that bad, really, get over it. If you're that offended by the word bloody, then you need to go and follow somebody else.
Or go to the Tower of London, where of course they have the bloody tower.
So, bloody thank you for bloody well subscribing to our bloody channel.
And listening to our tints, trips and limps on a Wily Wednesday.
Yes, thank you. And Wily means clever.
And Wednesday means the day of the week.
The day of the week.
It actually means Woden's Day.
Woden's Day, that's right.
That's where we get it
Pagan
from.
roots.
Pagan roots, Woden's
All
Day.
hail. And of course, Friday is the thing, the solstice, the summer solstice.
Is Friday the summer solstice?
Yes, the 21st.
Friday's the summer solstice.
So we may be back for a little solstice chat again. Oh, it'll be the live show on Friday.
That will be the live show on
Live
Friday.
show on Friday. Solstice.
And of course Friday is then followed by Saturday, and Saturday is followed by Sunday, and Sunday of course is Sunday Chat! So yes, there we are.
We're going now.
We've got other Wily things to get on with.
Yes, and food to eat. Did you get something from Morrison's for lunch?
No,
No.
I got some soup.
Oh, well then you did then.
I did.
Good. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Oh, that's our time now. Alexa is telling us it's time to go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.